back, guys. Carmen Farms. We are top dressing some wheat. I don't know if you noticed, wheat looked a little spotty out there still, but it's actually there. A lot of those bare spots has come in way better than I thought. It's really small for the end of March. It is very small. So hopefully it'll still tiller out and be okay. I don't know. At least at this point in time, I actually have hope of having a wheat harvest. At the beginning of March, I was still questioning if we were going to even have a wheat harvest because most of this wheat hadn't come up yet. But it has come in. It's thin, but there's enough there that I think a decent wheat harvest is still in the books as long as we can get some rain and some good weather. I think 60 or better is still very doable, but I don't know. I'm just happy the wheat has come up. And what I'm even more happy about is actually the field that we're spraying on right now was the first field drilled last year, and it came up, or it got like a ½ inch of rain. That's all we had on it when I drilled. No moisture. I mean, it was dry before that, and so it had sprouted. It started coming up, but then it was so hot and dry for the next month and a half that it just sat there, and I was pretty certain it was dead because I dug down, stuff was brown, wasn't really finding anything green. I was like, you know, I know wheat can kind of go into dormancy, so maybe that's what it did. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is that at that time I was thinking things were looking pretty bad. But this field isn't one of my best fields, but in how it has come up and looks, it's definitely in one of the top fields for what I feel is going to actually has the potential of producing some decent wheat. I don't know, a lot still is going to depend on weather and rain, and I'm hoping we get some rain soon. They're actually talking rain over the weekend, a couple chances. They're even talking snow again. But so getting this down will be really good. A lot of guys weren't spraying. They were kind of waiting to see. We were waiting to see because, one, what I'm spraying is a full year fertilizer that goes on top. Well, there wasn't any wheat there to spray. We're like, well, let's just hold off. The wheat that did come up is kind of big. It's starting to get a little too big, so we're right on the edge of being able to put down some of the chemical and stuff for it. The fertilizer's fine, but it's more like the chemical weed control that we're putting down on it, because we're gonna need that this year, I think. I mean, stand looks like it's gonna be thin. Again, don't know. It could fill in. We get some good rains. We got some good growing temperatures. Things could be real different in a real big hurry. But on a whole, I feel like we're looking pretty good. We're actually about done spraying the wheat. I guess we got 2 or 3 fields left. It's supposed to be calm all day today, which is even better. Yesterday was a windy day, so I only got 1 load out in the morning and got shut down. But getting this done will be wonderful. Just wonderful. Yeah, you can just look at it across. There are a lot of bare areas. Yeah. But like I said, even in those bare areas, there is wheat growing out there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see down the rows. It doesn't really show up on the camera very well down the rows. But it is there. It's just really small. So we will get this here sprayed, move to the next field, and kind of continue on with our day here. All right, we moved fields. This field looks a lot better. Looks like what we should be. Still a few spots, but it looks good. Means we're almost getting done. I think I am on, I got this load, full load and a partial load. And then I think his dad, you know, if you guys can see, he's way up there on the hill spraying. He has a different mix than what I got. And so he's working on that. And then I will be, yeah. So we're getting close. Just got loaded back up again. We're going. Still a very nice day out there. But this wheat looks a lot better. Much, much better. Well, we're getting later in the afternoon. We are about done. I ended up field that I thought Mom and Dad were going to get to. I ended up beating them to it, basically. Well, Dad still hauled the load to me, but so that's good. Got that. Robert's been hauling most of the other time on everything else, so we've been staying busy and keeping everybody busy. But got the wheat all, I should say almost. I'm almost done, but yeah, I got like 15 more acres and I should be done. But it's good to have this done. They're talking rain over the weekend. I hope we get it. There sure is a lot of rain clouds out there, but those are all to the south of us. There's those ones over there. I think those are gonna move south, but those actually haven't even showed up on the radar yet. So as far as the Weather Channel knows, they don't even exist yet. But I'd be okay with a little pop-up rainstorm that all of a sudden come in. It's not the Weather Channel that tells us when it's going to rain. They're just kind of guessing. It could rain at any moment. But having this done, that'd be perfect to get a rain on it all. I don't know if we will or not. But earlier, I don't know, you guys might have been noticing the wheat, the difference in the wheat. Why one field looked better than the other. Yeah, you might, some could say, well, you got more rain on that field. For the most part, no. We do have one field, a couple fields over by my place, which are 23 miles in that direction. I think north of where we're at. Northwest, or east, northeast. Got it right, northeast. And that did get more rain over there. So the fields over that way do look a lot better. Over here where we're working at, the difference from field to field from what I've showed you guys, really doesn't have much to do with the rain. They've all caught the same amount of rains. The only difference that we've had, the fields that are more filled in and look better, now they're not great, but they do look better. The difference is we farmed those ones all summer last year. The ones that have really big patches in them and look like they just came up, those ones were ones that we no-tilled or we kim-fallowed all summer long. And honestly, the biggest difference, and who knows yet as far as results, the no-till might still be better. But the biggest difference, the biggest reason for why the no-till didn't come up very well is there was no moisture there. It was dry. And it just sat there until we got rain, basically. On all this other stuff that we farmed, we created a powder on top, which then didn't allow any moisture to come back through that powder. I mean, if you create enough of a powder on top, moisture can't penetrate it and moisture can't come through it. Basically, that's what happened. So when we were drilling it, we were able to put it in some moisture, which got it to come up a lot sooner. But with that, had we gotten the rains, this would have been at more risk of crusting over, which means the ground crusted on top and we couldn't push it out. There are some areas that it has happened that way. So we do have some thinner areas across it. Whereas the no-till, it didn't do that. From what I was seeing on all the no-till, none of that happened that way. But I also planted the no-till a lot shallower because there was no moisture to go find. So I just didn't plant it very deep. Whereas all the work stuff, I planted it deep. When I say deep, like 3.5 inches. Whereas all the no-till was only like an inch and a half. Because I wanted it, as soon as we got any moisture, to be able to spring out of there quickly. But this stuff, we had good moisture underneath, so I put it in the moisture to try to make sure. I don't know which way was really necessarily right, which way technique was necessarily right. All I know is we needed rain, and last year the stuff that I farmed has so far looked like it has worked out better than the stuff that I sprayed. But that kind of gives you a rundown of what we got going. Looks like my wife is calling, so I better take this one. Alright, well, got off the phone with my wife, so we're back. We also finished the field, so I think we're done. Done with 2025 top dressing wheat. So it's pretty good. Gotta move on to something else, but still got a lot more yet to spray of pre-emergence on corn. Got a lot of fertilizer to do. I know this video had me just talking and rambling a lot, but I guess sometimes it's gotta happen that way. Anyways, guys, I got you in a little bit on the spring wheat spraying. Hopefully we continue to get some rain and we will have a wonderful wheat harvest. I don't know. Time will tell, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. And yeah, we'll see you later.